Hello once again, everyone. First of all, I hope that you all enjoyed your holidays and time spent doing what you like with the people you like, but seeing as though that I missed my opportunity to share with you all the findings of my horror game excursion of 2025, I feel like we're well overdue. Horror is a genre of games I've fallen in love with over these past few years, and as per my annual tradition of doing a marathon of them, I feel like I found quite a few gems this year, both new and old, that you will all enjoy. So for the next few weeks, I'll be uploading a bite-sized review video of each game that I've played. Now put down the eggnog, stop the New Year's countdown and take off those ugly sweaters, and sit back with some pumpkin pie and enjoy our annual delve into the world of horror games. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a lot of them. That's a lot of zombies. Johnny, what were you expecting? As of this year, I compiled a list of recommendations of horror games brought to me by my community, and Bramble was offered to me by my friend Argent Domina. Unsurprisingly, I knew nothing about this game, and the only thing I did manage to see was there was a big dude with flowers, since I raided into someone who was already at the end, little did I know, and that there would be some creepy woman thing in the night based on the game's cover art that you see here. While yes, both of these things do actually exist in the game and are important moments in the game, they don't really paint a clear picture of what the game actually is like. If I were to sum up Bramble in a very brief description, it would be Northern European folktales turning just as dark as you think they are. The movie, the game. And this is done to even greater effect because this game is the genre of game that is little child lost in dark otherworld, like Little Nightmares or Limbo. The game's structure is thankfully quite deceptive. It leads you into thinking that it's just some normal Fae stuff with an obviously expected horror twist on the Fae, which there's plenty to use as material, and thus it creates the same experience as those little child horror games. But one thing that it does to go beyond just being another entry in that genre is that it gives us a look back at the history of a kingdom that fell to ruin in multiple places, all rooted in the care of a king for his son. And the best part? The child that you play as, Oleg, actually matters quite a bit to that story, beyond why you're there to begin with. And the whole experience is incredibly cinematic. The camera angles shift frequently enough to create excellent vistas or dramatic shots of events playing out, or to highlight paths and aspects of the environment they want you to focus on. All of it is happening so smoothly, it genuinely feels like a movie that you're playing through. The pacing reinforces this all the more, as the puzzles are short and sweet, with requiring only a few moments of thought to figure out before you're moving along the path again. Between the nice brisk pace Oleg walks at, and there being low amounts of downtime, which is also used to enhance the atmosphere of the environment or situation you're in, always lets you feel like you're moving the story forward. Dying isn't even that much of an issue, as you will, within seconds of dying, start over pretty much at the moment right before you died, or so close that you can speed through the next part no problem. But deaths can also be just as unceremonious as they are brutal, which can lead to some funny moments with repeated fuck-ups killing Oleg, as often as Dark Souls advertises itself to do to its player base. Speaking of the Magnus Archives... Oh, that was way more violent. And the story itself is pretty much right up my alley. Each individual moment is obvious and clear as to what's going on, what you have to do, and why. Like, there's this Pied Piper type creature that now lives in the lake. He's angry and stuff, and you don't want to get killed by his music. Or, these trolls are eating people. Look for your sister and stay away from them until dawn when they turn to stone. But then the actual lore of the game and the more subtle details of the story need a bit more investigation, both in-game and out. A big question is whether or not the whole experience was a dream. Was it fae-fuckery? Did ancient magic put everything back together after we went on that adventure? Or hell, even just why the Dark Bramble seemed generally just dark and evil, but in the village, turned everyone into the fucking zombies from Lies of P. And yes, you heard me right. There is a section of the game where the villagers, who supposedly were the ones that took part in a witch hunt against the boss that you just fought before entering the village, were turned into Bramble zombies, and it genuinely was actually quite nerve-wracking and scary to go through. Honestly, while I wouldn't say the game is overall that scary, it does have certain moments that do fully dive into horror, which gives it that nice little bit of spice. I will refrain from going in depth about these moments, particularly because of one specific area I think everyone should enter in blind for. So overall, Bramble is probably the most cinematic horror game I've played thus far that doesn't come off as trying too hard to be art. And while the moment-to-moment plot is clean and direct, the lore and mystique about it is incredibly beautiful and shockingly horrifying from time to time. It's normally priced at $20, which for a game that took me roughly 4 hours to beat, I do find to be worth it for me specifically, but I would probably wait for it to go on sale before picking it up.